Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at barrel-aged loaded brownie points by Equilibrium Brewery. This is an imperial stout coming in at 17% ABV. Check it out. Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at barrel-aged loaded brownie points. This is an imperial stout by Equilibrium Brewery coming in at 17% ABV. Check it out. 3, 2, 1. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please, if you like the content, consider hitting that subscribe button. Today we are going to be looking at an offering from Equilibrium Brewery, often talked about here on the channel. This is a brewery about 2 hours away from my home in Middletown, New York. And this is called Barrel Aged Loaded Brownie Points. It is an imperial stout with macaroon coconut, candied walnuts, then it says walnuts, then Bolivian cacao, Brazilian Planifolia vanilla. It also has the moniker of North Park Beer Company, which I don't understand the reference there. It does say that it was brewed and bottled in Middletown, which is where Equilibrium is. Now, I had to do a little research on this, and it turns out that loaded brownie points is aged 36 months in Thomas Handy rye barrels, then conditioned on all of the other adjuncts that they've talked about. So I like barrel-aged beer. In fact, I really am a big Goose Island fan, as anybody who's been to this channel knows. So I sort of dig it when a smaller brewery, and Equilibrium I think is great, it's still a smaller brewery, tries its hand at barrel aging. So this is a 36-month barrel age in rye. Now, I have to be honest with you, I'm sort of a bourbon person. And after bourbon, I sort of like Irish whiskey. Rye really does not come up on my list of spirits when it comes into that. In fact, the only rye I've ever had, I think, is Canadian Club, and I am not a big fan of that. So we're gonna pop this open, and we're gonna hope for the best. Now, I tried to get the wax off, and it is fighting me all over the place. There we go, clean. Now, this is the first time I've ever noticed that the wax was actually stamped with the Equilibrium seal. Now, I do think this is still available at Equilibrium, but I have not looked at their website in a while. Now, normal expectations from an Equilibrium pastry stout like this: it's gonna pour thick, it's gonna be viscous, it's gonna pour almost like a syrup for an ice cream. So I'm sort of interested in that. After that, it's normally just beautiful as far as mouthfeel goes, carbonation goes, so I'm sort of hoping for that as well. Now, I am using the snifter glass because I want to be able to get all of this as we go through. And right off the bat, I don't know if you can see, but that pours almost like Hershey's chocolate syrup. Coats the glass, leaving almost like actually it's a much thicker residue on the side of the glass than even the bourbon counties normally do. Time for the nose. I'm getting sort of that chocolate aroma to it. I'm getting some vanilla. I'm also getting sort of this peppery smell, which I'm sort of thinking is the rye. I don't love that aroma here. Everything else is really nice. There's a nice, sweet, sort of chocolate mix there. And it should be really good. Let's give it a try. I hope the barrel aging in this case didn't hurt the beer. The barrel aging did not hurt this beer. This is really nice. Best descriptions for this. It is thick. It is really thick. It coats the mouth nicely with this wonderful flavor of chocolate. On the back end of this, I'm getting a little bit of smokiness, which I'm assuming is coming from the wood from the, from the barrel. But I'm not getting that peppery aroma I thought I was getting in the nose. It's a nice nose, but this is a really, really complex beer. So let's go through it. Front end of the tongue, it's very sweet. Not cloying, but it's sweet. You know this is a pastry stout. From there, that chocolate sort of coats the mouth. As you swallow, not even as you swallow, as it goes a little bit more down like mid-tongue, you're getting, some vanilla. As you swallow and you sort of, you get that sort of burst of the aroma through your nasal cavity, you wind up then getting sort of that smoky, peppery, rye sort of flavor, but it's really, really minor. The only aspect of it I don't like is that pepperiness at the end. The rest of this beer is really quite nice. From the mouthfeel to the sort of muted carbonation, it is not super carbonated. There is no alcohol taste to this at all. If I didn't know better, there's no alcohol taste, but I just got this little bloom of warmth in my stomach. So you can feel that this is a heavy hitter when it comes to, alcohol content, but it's not so overwhelming that, that it's going to be off-putting. There's no ethanol, there's nothing like that. There's just sort of that nice little warming. I almost wish, listen, how do I go through this? This is the second Equilibrium pastry stout that I've bought that I have to tell you, it's very good. Is it as good as last year's? I don't think it is. I really don't. Do I like it? Yes. Would I have bought another one of these? Probably not. I don't remember exactly how much this cost, but it definitely cost more than the $26 that the traditional one costs. In fact, let me see for a second. Can I see a price? I don't see a price on this. I apologize for that phone ringing in the background. If you even picked it up because of the mic. What is it? It's out of stock everywhere, quite honestly. And I guess it is out of stock. I feel like I paid either $26 or maybe $28 for this. Would I spend $28 on this again? Probably not. I would probably go for the $20 brownie points, skip the barrel aging entirely, and just enjoy the pastry stout that Equilibrium puts out that's normally very, very good. Because I just don't feel like the barrel aging added that much to it, especially not, let's say it's $26, and I'll put it in the description down below if you are really interested in the, in seeing what the price was. I don't think this would be worth more than the 20 bucks I would have spent normally. Now, it is a big bottle, but it's one bottle. Do you share this out with people? Yeah, you should. The burn is definitely becoming a little bit more prevalent as I'm sipping this. So you can feel the alcohol in this. You can't taste it, but you can feel it. Do you get the added value to this? I don't think you do. Is it good? Yeah, I think it's excellent. I do. Would I turn my nose up on this? At this? Not at all. If you're a rye fan, you are probably going to love this. They have done a wonderful job with the base stout. You're getting the majority of the flavors that they've promised in the flavor profile. But again, with the barrel aging, and this could just be my sort of prejudice against rye, I just don't think it's worth the extra 16 bucks. Anyway, folks, with that, if you see Equilibrium brownie points, I would definitely, loaded brownie points, I would definitely check it out. If you see it as a barrel-aged version and you're willing to spend the extra money, excuse me, and you like rye, this will be a big hit for you. For my particular taste palette, I think the regular is the better of the two. But again, if you like rye, this is probably going to be a great beer for you. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. I am going to finish this off tonight and probably save the rest of this for tomorrow, because 17%, this is a pretty big, a 500 ml bottle, pretty big bottle to try to finish yourself in one night. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to finish the rest of this, probably finish the rest of this tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. If you have some comments, I'd love to hear it if you've had this one. And I will see you next time on another day beer review. Cheers.